Hi rulers, this is the last news video of 2024. A lot has happened this year. We started the year with the first of many Masterpiece collections. We've been preparing Masterpiece 01 Pilgrim-Memories for a long time, and it's the first time to directly support old rulers. Starting with the most classic cluster in all of FoW, the Grim cluster. We also released the Trinity cluster, another step in the history of FoW. This has been one of the most special clusters for us, as its entire development has been linked to events that happened in the past during the Lapis cluster, and to every event that will happen from now on in the history of FoW. No world is safe from the influence of Gil Lapis, but we'll talk about that in the next year's video. We also celebrated WGP 2024, a fun event at the highest level of competitive gaming, where we experienced the good vibes, friendship, and cultural diversity that FoW represents. We want to thank everyone who made it possible, from those who participated, to those who came to say hello or to enjoy the ABC event. Speaking of ABC, we have also released our new multiplayer format, Arcana Battle Coliseum. With its 11 different structured decks, we were so excited with them, and we are so glad that you have really enjoyed them. So, we will continue supporting ABC in the upcoming collections, and will continue releasing exclusive ABC products in the future. But as 2024 finishes, it's time to look into the future. Do you want to know what 2025 will bring for FoW? I have asked Kawamoto-san, our producer, for permission, and he allowed me to tell you a little bit about what 2025 will be like. In 2025, we'll continue with the Masterpiece collections, starting with Masterpiece 02, Fates Reunited, which will support the Lapis cluster. If you want to know more about how the paradox that Flute and Kaguya created during the Lapis cluster affected the story of FoW, subscribe to this channel, because in the first video of 2025, we'll learn much more. And yes, don't worry, in Masterpiece 02, we'll support all the rulers from the 4 Lapis cluster collections. Afterwards, we will finish the Trinity cluster with 10 North at Protopathopolis' war. The story that will end this cluster, where Lucy will meet Helen and the remnants of the room. There will be new resonators. AAA, Laika will get her final form, and we will finally find out if Ushafu is or is not a cat. The war for Protopathopolis is about to begin. And during the third quarter of 2025, we will release a new cluster, the Devil cluster. I'm not allowed to share much more about this cluster yet, but I can tell you the name of the world in which the story takes place. Yomigard, a world of swords, magic, and demons. We've been working on a surprise for 2025 for a while now. We're going to try to increase the number of GPs from each region to increase attendance at WGP 2025. And if possible, the first competitive events of 2025 will begin at the end of March. A new year requires a new beginning. The FoW timeline has been divided for some time due to a paradox created by Kaguya when she turned back time. The collection that will explain how time has moved forward in 2 different timelines, and coinciding with Masterpiece 02. The collection that will explain how time has moved forward in 2 different timelines. We have decided to create a new competitive format to represent these 2 different realities. Before I tell you anything else about this new format, it is important for you to know that this format is not going to replace Wanderer. Both formats will coexist and will have same level of support. This format is called Paradox. It will be rotative, but instead of rotating every 2 clusters, it will rotate every 3 clusters, including an annual rotation where each masterpiece will replace the previous one. Let's see an example. Right now, This new format contains the Hero Cluster, the Trinity Cluster, and Masterpiece 01. When Masterpiece 02 is released, it will replace Masterpiece 01 in this format. And when the next cluster comes out, it will be added to the format without replacing the Hero Cluster. With Paradox, players who want a deck building challenge will find it by having a small pool of cards to build a deck in the Paradox GPs. And the players who like using all the cards in the game will still be able to do it in the Wanderer GPs. Also, we have created Paradox as an easier way to join Fossil Wheel for new players. As I said before, we will provide continued support for Wanderer, ABC, and Paradox. Every collection and promo cards that will be released 2025 onwards have been developed with these three formats in mind. And of course, Wanderer, Paradox, and ABC will have their own and different band lists. We will use the official website to announce these lists as we usually do. Fortunately, since Paradox is a much smaller format than Wanderer, Paradox's ban list will be much smaller and duration of the cards in it will depend exclusively on the time left on its rotation. Oh, and one last thing, the format of WGP 2025 will be Paradox. In 2026, the WGP format will be Wanderer, but this is subject to change. We will announce the WGP 2026 format the first quarter of 2026. Well, that's it for today. Thank you so much for continuing to support Fossil. Thank you so much for continuing to support Fossil Wheel, and I hope you enjoy Fossil Wheel throughout 2025 as much as we do. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year, viewers. See you in the next video. Bye.